well, Phil, the weather is typically North Wales. You're preparing to play Salford. How do you think the season's gone so far for Wrexham?
We had a bit of a strange start the season, but we've got ourselves going gradually, and yeah, I'm pleased that the squad is looking strong. You know, we're looking better, and it's getting that balance in any team right, where you carry enough threat going forward, but equally you're not looking too vulnerable defensively.
Salford on Saturday. Once upon a time, they were the Hollywood team. You've got Beckham as the one Hollywood man, and not sure about Gary Neville where he might sit in that, but now it's you guys. I mean, is it fair to call it a Hollywood derby?
Yeah, I mean, you know, whatever people want to call it, but it's a great game for us, and you know, the Salford have invested a lot of money over the years to try and get out this division. Well, first of all in the division, and then get out this division. It shows how tough it can be. But yeah, it's a great challenge for us at the weekend. We're looking forward to it. They're on a good run, so are we. And two good teams go head to head.
And when you look back at your career so far, I don't know how much of a chance, by the way, you get to reflect on it, but you've been in pressure situations. It's fair to say that. You know, Bradford have got all those fans. You did so well with them, and got to a League Cup final, which was just an incredible achievement. I think you're the only manager to take a fourth-tier side to a cup final. And Sunderland, Hull, these teams with big expectations. Where do Wrexham kind of sit in that for you?
I think the story of the club being out the league for 15 years, the pressure was obviously building towards the end of the season, because there'd been so many near misses in that time, and over the Easter period we lost to Halifax, and you could just feel the supporters thinking, here we go again. Is it going to happen again? Are we just going to fail at that final hurdle? And fortunately for us, we held our nerve and got over the line. So I think getting a club of this size back into the league is absolutely huge, because to be out the league for 15 years was far too long. And yeah, obviously it was fantastic for the whole area to get the league status back.
You are now the team that everyone in this division wants to beat them.
Yeah.
Right. How are you dealing with that? How are the players dealing with that?
Well, we've had that over the last few years since I've been here with the spotlight on the club. So this year's been no different. Everywhere we've gone, it's a sellout crowd, and but so the lads are kind of used to that. Obviously now we're playing in that scenario against better sides, and it's always got a cup tie kind of feel to all the games, and there's a real excitement, home and away, and yeah, we've got to kind of really just embrace that like we've done.
We've seen like a few clubs, invite the cameras in, and Salford, your opponents, of course, famously did so with Sky as well. Where does that balance sit for you? Are you okay with the cameras being in there? Because I guess you've got to kind of lump it either way, right?
Of course, at first it takes a bit of getting used to, but after a while you just get on with your job, and you hardly notice the cameras are there, and that's the truth. And we're not the only club, like you say, who's got a documentary crew following us around. It's quite common now. So yeah, we just deal with it. Got a great relationship with the producers, and yeah, there's obviously an element of trust.
You have come into a club now with a totally different ownership style and all the rest of it. Yeah. You've therefore seen a bit of what a great owner can be like. How important is it that people in charge of these clubs are there with the right intentions and have the club's best interest there?
You look at the clubs who've been successful, it's having a solid ownership, people who understand the game, who are going to let people do the jobs as well, and build foundations and not try and run before you can walk.
Speaking of your owners, do you speak to them much, Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, they're very involved in everything. They watch every game. They love it when they come over here. If we're signing a player or there's a choice between, I'll keep them informed of the reasons for that signing and why and what it's going to cost, etc. Yeah, so they don't interfere with those decisions, but like every owner, it's important as a manager to keep them informed of what we're doing and why we're doing it.
I mentioned about your career so far. Where does this experience rank? You've been on some amazing journeys already, and looks like you're on another one at the moment.
I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and there's just so much positivity in the area about the club, because I think when Rob and Ryan took over, I think everybody from the outside was going, oh, you know, Hollywood owners buying Wrexham, what's that all about? But very quickly, I think everybody in the area realised how genuine they are and how determined they are to make a success of it. So the area is so behind the club, you know, on match days here, the atmosphere, you know, it's like a throwback to many years gone by where the whole ground really gets behind the team. And yeah, it's great to be involved in, and long may it continue.
Great interview with Phil Parkinson. Don't forget you can keep up to date with all today's goals on Soccer Saturday. It gets underway at 2 p.m. right here on Sky Sports News.